Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it again with another reveal from Kuro Games, and the reveal over here is something that's pretty goddamn huge. We're gonna have Wuthering Waves, Elysium, an animated series reveal, and this is gonna be by Kuro on Road, an animation brand under Kuro Games. So a in-house studio, which is likely going to make the process of actually creating this thing a lot more, well, seamless than some of the other gacha partnerships we've seen in the past. And so we're going to get to that in just a bit. But of course, we've got to actually take a look at what the trailer's got in it, because as you can see over here, it's probably going to get pretty hype. So without further ado, let's go get it started from the beginning. Sorry for spoiling 1 second and 1 frame of it. Don't worry, believe me, there's more. Let's see what this is all about, because clearly the Wuthering Waves community is really excited for this as well. Okay, I see what they're doing over here. So these devs are going ahead, they're changing up the branding, and I guess one of the reasons why they decided to go with more official branding was because of this studio. So, nice. Great job. Actually, cinema. Okay, looks like a beach. I think whenever we see a beach, we think of Renacida. I'm pretty sure 99% of us think of Renacida. Oh yeah, there we go. Whose foot is that? All right, let's take a survey, chat. Whose foot is that? If you know, you should probably lose something. You probably shouldn't get a reward. Yep. It is Cardathea, ladies and gentlemen. And I do believe that the person to the right of her, I'm not exactly sure, but some people are saying that's like her adopted sister or something like that. Yeah, like Cardathea actually had like parents or step parents, adopted parents, right? And like this is their kids. So yeah, she somehow actually has a family. Yeah, I guess her story's not that tragic. Maybe she's got to undergo some more loss. You know what I mean? Yeah, might be the first playable character with like a whole family. One thing that's pretty clear, though, is that they're using, like, the in-game models for this, which kind of doesn't make you think about animation, right? So I'm wondering, is the animation that they're doing actually going to be, like, a blend of, like, actual 2D stuff alongside the 3D? And if that's the case, this might be some of the... I mean, I feel like it's going to be really innovative, right? Like, there's not a lot of companies or media that we've had that do that sort of stuff, especially with the in-game renderings, the in-game models, that sort of stuff. 2B Hero X, not really. I meant more so like a game that uses its own models for like other media. But it's also fair to say that Wuthering Waves is one of the only companies that can do this because their in-game models look so good. I think the only other games in the gacha space that could be comfortable doing something like this is actually Zenless Zone Zero. And I don't even think Enfield could do it. Enfield's models look like too weird in certain lighting. Yeah, I think it would just be Wuwa and ZZZ that could do it. Genshin 1000% no, the models look too shit. The models look way too fucking shit to be usable. What's it called? HSR is too fucking stiff. They got no animations, so that you couldn't fucking do that there. NTE is like, let's not talk about the NTE models. Like truly, they didn't even try for half the characters. Like all the dudes in that game, bro, they look like fucking Lego. They look like extended Lego men. It's crazy. So yeah, really, I think it's just Wuwa and ZZZ that could have done this. So I'm glad to see Wuwa making some big steps here. They're even using the fucking Echo model. So are they in Alice in Wonderland? What the hell is this shit? Oh, no. She's getting way too happy of a story, bro. She's going on a fucking fantasy fairy tale adventureland? It's probably Lilyland. This is supposed to be, I think, like the last region of Renacida that nobody got to see, Lilyland. And just so you all know, in lore, Brant and Alto went here together. They're gay as hell. Bro, Brant and Alto went here together. Here. Now, that's just confirmation they're both gay. If this is where they visited together. You guys feel what I mean? Nah, that straight up. Hey, there you go. Like, Kuro Games got the representation now. They got the gay old dudes in the game. And I think this is where it starts getting a little bit more hype, right? We obviously got the Lilyland reveal. But don't worry. The story's going to go to a lot of places. We're going from Cardathea to Scene. And of course, this is the frame we were looking at before. Of course, we're going to talk about Imeth. Woohoo! We got Jancy, ladies and gentlemen. We got Jancy. So you can kind of see over here, it's kind of like, oh yeah, I like all these characters, and then like, who invited her? I feel like that's kind of what it was. It's like, we're like, yeah, 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 yeah. Get this shit off my screen. Where's Shorekeeper too? Dude, imagine if they put Shorekeeper here instead of this bitch. I'm actually livid. Bro, we need to make an edit of this where instead of Yang Yang, Shorekeeper shows up. And like, you'll see, extend the edit to here too. Yeah, here we go. Just Photoshop Shorekeeper over this part, and we're good. You feel me? Because that is currently what the lineup is looking like right now. And this is the vibe, and this is what I'm going to expect from a series like this. I imagine that this is going to be like an episodic, maybe 10 episode series, where 2 episodes are maybe dedicated to each character. And then you kind of like go around, and for like the first season, maybe like that's what we do. And it's going to start off with maybe like Jinsei. I wonder if this is the chronological order of how the stories are going to be covered, because they sort of make sense, but it's also like, man, it kind of should be like Jinsei, Cardathea, Imeth, then Yang Yang, then Scene, right? And I guess this is the other part. We kind of already know all of the story, and I guess the overarching way that it's going to go for all of these characters, except for Yang Yang, because clearly she's still got a story left to tell, and then Scene 2. So it's kind of like, I wonder which one's going to come out first. I wonder which one's going to be available first, because this is an animated series, and is there potential for the animated series to actually release before the update in the game? And then we get a preview of what's going to happen in the story from the animated series. I hope that they put something like that in there. Maybe not like a direct preview of the main plot, but maybe a hint or a teaser in certain episodes, right, of what's going to come out further, right? And make it so that watching this series gives you as a player enrichment in the game and like stuff to look forward to in the game. I love that. And obviously not critical information that's going to be required to understand the story. And then like, as a result, if you don't watch the anime, you don't have no idea what the fuck is going on. But it's like like you get to be like Leonardo DiCaprio, right? Like when he's watching the TV and he's like, he has like the remote and he's like, whoa, it's like, oh, I remember that. I get that reference. I want moments like that for like all the people that do enjoy like the story, because they're covering some of the best stories we've had in the game, right? We got the Imeth one, the Cardathea one. I think a lot of people like the Jinsei one as well. I don't really see a lot of stories except maybe the Yang Yang one that people might be a little bit uninterested in. Hey, maybe they'll find some way to make that village boring. Hey, if they spend 2 hours there in the anime, we're fucked either way. But that's going to be the situation. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got the official Wuthering Waves anime locked down and good to go. And knowing what I talked about before, I really do think that we're going to have this blend of like 2D and then like in-game 3D animations. And knowing the quality that Kuro puts into their cutscenes, bro, we all just saw the crazy cutscenes in 3.5. Bro, if that's just the anime, that's cinema. Like their cutscenes are so good, like people ask them to make animes out of the cutscenes, and like it looks like they just are doing that. Like I think they actually just listened because people were saying the cutscenes in this game are so fucking amazing. Just make shows out of it. And I think that's what we're going to be getting over here. And the story doesn't end here, though, when it comes to gacha games and anime reveals, all of that stuff. Because we've got to talk about some of the responses from the community regarding this. Because it's a fact. Whenever Wuthering Waves does something good, the Genshin Impact player base crashes the fuck out. And let me show you just how badly they crash the fuck out, because they literally cannot stand seeing Wuwa do good things. Days since Wuwa didn't catch strays in Hoyo Twitter. You can't be serious. Hashtag those. That seems a little discriminatory. Just saying. People community noted. Those people community noted the fucking official announcement of the Wuwa anime. So we could clearly see over here, Kuro on road, all of that. Yes, just because Kuro on road doesn't have a profile picture doesn't mean that they're not, well, Wuthering Waves, right? So they community noted this shit, the announcement. Kuro Games has not announced an animated series titled Wuthering Waves Elysium. Guys, so basically, these guys over here decided to start spamming community notes because they cannot accept that Wuthering Waves is making an anime. And obviously, you can see over here, the community note isn't shown, but this is what they're trying to do. This is what they want to do, and of course, they failed in actually brigading this video. And isn't that just some genuinely pathetic behavior? Because, guys, we've got to show them the mirror. We've got to see what's going on in other parts of the gacha space when it comes to animes. Y'all remember this shit? Yeah, the Genshin anime? Yeah, it's an ongoing long-term, keyword long-term project by Hoyoverse and the animation studio Ufotable, known for Demon Slayer. Originally announced in 2022. By the way, that was 4 years ago. Developers confirmed that the production is stable and on track. Really? It is projected to premiere in 2027 or later. Keyword later. Bro, I don't think anyone thinks this is getting released. And this is my personal headcanon on why this is never going to be released. Are you ready? Probably because Ufotable's like making like an actual anime, and then Genshin's like, wait, can you add spaceships? Wait, can you add spaceships and the moon? Yeah, we're gonna need you to add spaceships and the moon to the anime. Can you do that? Yeah, I know we're retconning the story kind of bad, but can you add spaceships and... And they're just like, fuck, are you serious? Do you know how much a spaceship is gonna cost? Again, I've got no proof of that, but since most people got really taken aback by the addition of a fucking TIE fighter into the Genshin universe and space travel, maybe that did involve some rewriting to the plot and the story, and it's causing some troubles for the anime. Because, like, obviously, it's gonna be hard to make an anime on something when the overarching story is changing every other patch, right? Just a thought. Just a thought. Yeah, the rule of cool oftentimes has consequences, ladies and gentlemen. And when your game's been all about like a fantasy setting with like knights and magic, and then suddenly you got scientific technology made by ancient dragons to go explore the moon, yeah, maybe that's a little bit rough. And this is why they're crashing the fuck out. Because good golly gee, it must be so frustrating seeing that Wuthering Waves has actually produced more footage in like 3 years since the game's launched. It hasn't even been 3, to be honest. They produced more footage than, like, more footage of the anime than the Genshin has. Since 2022. Like, we got more than they do. Bro, this is embarrassing. It's just embarrassing. But yeah, that's going to be it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. And as you can tell, this is a very wonderful time for Wuthering Waves. And I'm just hoping. I feel like there isn't really a need to hope. If they just have the same level of quality that they've had through the in-game rendered cutscenes, the ones that use the CGI, because I'm assuming that's what an anime is for. I don't think there's any reason to not believe this is going to be absolutely amazing because the cutscenes in this game are so fucking good. So it's just I don't think any player has any justification at all for like not believing this is going to be a success. But who knows? Don't want to jinx it. Let me know what you all thought. Peace out.